Kia ora, no mai, haere mai. Welcome to Cornwall Park here in Auckland. Tamaki Makaurau for the 2023-24 City Guard Men's Premiership T20 between Cornwall, 6th on the table, the hosts, and Roskill Pro Waterblasting, who sit 11th. Unfortunately, both sides out of contention for playoff spots coming into this last round. So a bit of fun to have for both teams. News out on the toss is that Roskill Pro Waterblasting won the toss and have elected to bat first. Damien Vandenberg, man on strike. I do apologise for the wonky camera. It fell over in the wind today over at Keith Hay Park. Scorers ready? And it just seems as though it's gone on a bit of a lean. So I'll try and get that sorted before the weekend. Matt Gibson to open up from the ASB Showgrounds end here at Cornwall Park. Vandenberg, one of the newest players for T20. Young boy from South Africa, from the Republic. Facing the first ball, good hitter of the ball as well. 143 runs in 6 innings. First ball from Gibson, just squares him up. Place to cover, no run. Conditions overhead, a little bit cloudy, but mostly blue sky. Vandenberg just getting the sight screen sorted. 143 runs and an average of 28.6 and a strike rate of 126.5. It's pretty decent for an opener in T20s, especially starting out. It's Mick Gibson's next ball and beats him on a good length and line. And 2 dots to start. High score for Vandenberg, 75 against Ellerslie. 75 not out against Ellerslie earlier this season. Been bowled twice and caught 3 times for his 5 dismissals. Gibson has 13 wickets since 2013-14. His third ball gets a bit of an edge. Around fine leg. It could race away on a great surface here at Cornwall Park. It does. And it's 4 runs. Boundary coming. So Gibson 13 wickets, RPO of 7.2 and an average of 31.2 per wicket. And Damien Vandenberg thinks about playing this one and lets it go in the end. Adrian and Mark, they're 2 umpires standing in this T20 match. Scorers Annette and Sashi. Vandenberg just lets this go through. last ball of the first over. It's a dot, just the boundary off it. Eden Roskill, Pro Waterblasting, 4 without loss after 1. My name is Bevan Jenkinson of Bev's Broadcasting, bringing you this T20 game tonight. Third game that I've had today. It's the third T20. 23-24. Sorry, who's the bowler? Lucas Descent from the One Tree Hill end. Under 17 boys. Summer Series T20 taking place at Keith Hay Park. The other 2 games that I've had amongst some issues today, but managed to get them sorted as Gambia's first ball played to mid-wicket on the block. Second ball, left arm round, and tries to gap it and can't. Cover fields it. Short third man inside the circle. There's fine leg, square leg, deep mid wicket, and this is played to square leg. It's another dot. There's the next ball from Descent, strikes him on the pad, and even though on a bit of an angle it looks as though it was going down. Gambia having scored a century actually against this team in the major two-day competition, and he's off the mark with the boundary, 4 to point, and it's 8 without loss. On ball to come. Eight matches. These statistics, folks, are all T20 stats for Premier Grade 2013-14. Stats that I've done up. 8 innings, 228 runs at an average of 38. And Gambia just backs in the crease and plays it to square leg. Ends the second. Both overs having the boundary coming off at its 8 without loss. Gambia's average 38, striking at just under 126, and highest score, I should say, of 77 not out, which was also against Ellerslie, like his batting partner. Highest 10 wicket win by a team chasing 150 odd at Papatoetoe Recreation Ground. As Gibson to continue. And Vandenberg fixes behind square. There should be 2 there. And they're just going to settle for the 1 actually. What would I know? First runs, it wasn't a boundary coming in on the 13th ball. Great to see people sitting around at the ground under the trees. I think there's a few down on the balcony, or underneath the balcony here, where we're situated. Great setting that One Tree Hill is, Cornwall Park. Get to a little bit of random stats about this. Outside edge. Flies past first slip. And deep third man cuts it off before it reaches the boundary. But they'll pick up 2. One Tree Hill, of course, is a song, appears on the famous, one of the best-selling albums of all time, Joshua Tree, by U2. It's dedicated to a roadie that helped out Bono when U2 was touring New Zealand, when he couldn't sleep at night. This is full into the legs, but pass fine leg, and we're boundary. Gibson, left arm over. Gambier just plays it back to him. Big thanks to Eden Roskill sponsors. Pro Waterblasting, Barfoot and Thompson, Mount Roskill. Reliance Forex, Speedy Signs as well. For the Cornwall Premiers, they have Red and Electrical. And for the club, Player Sports and McDonald's. Clubs these days, organisations, doesn't matter whether it's sport or not, can't run without a bit of generous donation from local businesses. Plays to cover, no run. Well, World Rugby lost a great of the game yesterday through JPR Williams, the former Welsh fullback. As the last ball of the third played into himself. 3 gone, 15 without loss. And I've just had news come in that Manawatu's only successful Ranfurly Shield captain has died, Duncan Hales. 1976, Manawatu's only Ranfurly Shield success. I can't remember who they took it off, but it was definitely one of the greatest moments of Manawatu rugby. Played 4 tests for the All Blacks as well, as descent to bowl his second over from the One Tree Hill end. JPR Williams, as I said, died the other day. Welsh fullback for the British and Irish Lions as well. His first ball from descent to dot. Part of the only British and Irish Lions team to defeat the All Blacks in a series in New Zealand and during the 70s as well. This is a single down to Cow Corner. Gambier back on strike, can't miss him with his red helmet. Scorer's delight, that is, as well as commentator's delight. Backs into it and just defends it down the ground. Long on coming in. They get 1. Next ball up and over descent. And there'll be 1 more to the total. If you hear the click, 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 that's just me taking some photos. Why not? And next ball shorter, just tucked around the corner to square leg. The highlights and photos posted to Bev's Broadcasting official Facebook page. Just gets the scoop out. Just got this touchdown leg. Waiting for the umpire to signal. It's wides actually. It's 2 wides to the total. Sent bowling to Vandenberg and can't get it away. It'll be a dot to finish. It's 20 without loss. After 4 overs. Do please keep in mind when you're thinking about looking for the highlights and photos of this match. I have a whole heap of raft of work to do to get through. I haven't actually finished doing last Saturday's games of T20s at Keith Hay Park. Due to being tied up doing the under-17s at the moment. Who's the bowler? That is Liam. Liam Wheeler into the attack for the first time from the ASB Showgrounds end. I've met Liam Wheeler a number of times playing while he was playing Last Man Stands on a Wednesday night. Obviously not playing tonight though, unless there's 2 of them, of course. And a bit of a shorter ball, and Gambier just hangs the bat out. Doesn't get anything on it. Cover sweeper on the boundary. Gully in place. Short fine leg. Mid wicket. Deep square on the boundary. Mid off, mid on. Cover and extra cover in place. Second ball from Wheeler, and just hits this to mid-wicket, does Gambier. Third ball of the over. And Gambier just cuts down on this and plays it in gully fields, no problem. George Worker into the side for Cornwall tonight. Of course, having moved back up to Auckland from Central Districts, not required by the Aces. The 4th ball, and Gambier just backs into the crease, punches it to cover, runs with the shot. I'm more switched on to it than I thought. Because there hasn't been a wide in the over, so... well, not yet anyway. Vandenberg tries to get this leg side and misses into his pads. "34 games for the Lizards," Liam Wheeler's played, according to the Last Man Stands website. And Vandenberg's gone! Top of off, and the first wicket's down. And he's gone for 6 off 13 deliveries, trying to push it. And first wicket falls at the end of the 5th over. It's 21 for 1. Neil Patel walking to the crease. Won't be on strike though. Gambier will be. "13 innings, 213 runs at an average of 23.7. Strike rate could do with some lifting though. 76.6, 150. Samroth? Oh, Sid. Sid Dixit to the bowling crease from the One Tree Hill end. Nine wickets in his T20 career, RPO of exactly 6, average of 16.7, striking it at 16.7 as well, with 1 3-wicket bag. Those 6 wickets, he's got 6 caught, 2 bowled and 1 caught and bowled. It's bowls to Gambier, splits backwards square and fine leg. They pick up 2. It's a great surface out here at Cornwall Park, as it usually is. Nice green. 2 more to the total. And call of no. These two have had issues between the wickets. They've been run out. There's been a couple of run-outs between these two this season. A bit of an effort ball from Dixit and played to point. What's he telling you? And backs away, plays it to Gully. You've got, well, I mean, it's set up on the scoreboard.
I've just changed it now.
Oh, have you?
I changed it everywhere else.
Oh, and you had 3 jobs. 3 jobs. Comes down the wicket. Plays it to long on. And it's a single. To be fair, I thought he was telling me because I thought I must have said someone else. I'm like, I'm sure I said Sid. Neil Patel faces his first ball. Backs away, tries to play this leg side. I've clipped his pad a little. And it's 24 without loss. That too. 24 for 1 after 6. It's a long day, ain't it, when you've done three T20s. Just had a phone a friend come in, eh? VJ from Suburbs Newland. The groundsman at Newland Suburbs. Please give Annette the scorer a big heads up for the years of scorer, is what he said. As Wheeler's starts his second over, gets his forward point. There's a cover sweeper in place having a run round, and he'll pick up 2. Scorers are like umpires though, you just can't have games without them. And as easy as it seems, just striking runs, it's you've actually got to pay attention for the whole time. That's why you always have 2. Yeah. It's either something you can do or you can't. It's Gambier on 18 drives this, but this is straight to the sweeper, so it'll just be 1. Great to have you tuned in as well, VJ. You were down with me at Keith A Park earlier today for a bit of commentary. Just grabbing myself a drink, but it's the clear liquid stuff of water. People that know me won't believe that, though, because they know I don't drink water. Big thanks to Jamie, the bar lady, for supplying the water. As it's full to Patel and just jammed down on, and cover comes around. Feels something's going to give very soon. And Patel just plays us on the crease. Good line and length at the moment from Wheeler. Two balls left in the 7th. And just played on the crease, and there's a big call of no. It's going straight to mid-wicket. Gambier not interested at all. Have a look at the City Guard 2023-24 Men's Premier 20 scores going around the grounds at the moment. It's where the bowls to Patel, he just hits it on the up. And 4 dots to end the over. It is 27 without loss. Takapuna, they need a win and other results to go their way to make the semi-finals. They're 43 for 1 after 5 against North Shore. East Coast Bays have lost a wicket in the first 2 balls against Hibiscus Coast. Hibiscus Coast have already qualified for the semi-finals. There's a Dixit to carry on from the One Tree Hill end. Waitakere playing Kumu at Waitakere, 59 for 1. That's even Roskill's next opponent on Saturday at the same venue. Suburbs New Lynn, 35 without loss against Birkenhead at Birkenhead. Grafton, 34 for 1 after 6 at Parnell. Howick Pakuranga playing the undefeated University, of 41 for 1 in the 7th. And Papatoetoe batting first at home at the Recreation Ground against Ellerslie, a 39 for 1 halfway through the 5th. Gambier 19 off 24. Just plays this back to Dixit. And a forward push. Patel running. direct hit at the bowler's end, but he was safe. The umpire's getting a bit of help from the local crowd here. I have noticed that there's nobody around the corner here, right? I think I've scared them all off. I do tend to just let people know that the microphone is sensitive. They're more than welcome to, carry on. Just watch what they say, though. Only had to tell a couple of people to move on in 5 years of doing this. As Dick's up looking as though he's going to change deep square to deep backward square. Have a short mid-wicket in place. Or actually no, that's a regulation mid-wicket. There's deep mid-wicket in place. I notice the cows are delicately placed in the paddock next to the ground here. And Patel backs away on this one, plays it to point. First Auckland T20 game I live streamed was here for Auckland Cricket at the time, 5 years ago. And Patel works this up and over mid-wicket and picks up his first boundary. 4 runs. 32 for 1. 2 balls left in the 8th. It's the first game I was doing here. The cows were pretty much where Patel had hit that. And the next one backs away, plays us down to deep square, mid-wicket giving chase as well. Settle for 1. And cow got hit. And we're having a bit of a laugh in the commentary. The cow was fine, even though he did get hit on the bounce from a 6. And after a while, someone came over to us and decided to point out where that cow was hit. And as this last ball of the over is full, just played back to the bowler. Ends 8, it is 33 without loss. As I said, the cow was fine. Someone comes over to us commentating and goes, "Do you realise that cow was standing at cow corner?" Well, commentary after that pretty much was non-existent because we lost it completely in laughter. Nothing more poetic in cricket than a cow being hit at cow corner. As I've always said, wouldn't have been funny if the cow wasn't okay. It was. Plane flying over. Gambier 20 off 27. Patel 5 off 7 deliveries. Wheeler to continue his 3rd over. It's got deep mid-wicket, fine leg and cover on the boundary. Only mid-on the leg side inside the circle. 3rd man going back as well. Straighter than fine leg. Wheeler bowling. Patel just whips us down to deep mid-wicket. They pick up a single. Second ball, and Gambier just drives us through cover. And it's just 1. Bit of a misfield, but no extra cost to them. Third ball from Wheeler, 2 singles off the sofa, full. Patel has to tag down on it. Plays into the ground. Patel slaps us down the ground to the left of mid-off and scamper through for a single. I won't go too in-depth with this, but my partner last night said to me, it's amazing actually how many terms in cricket commentary doesn't sound right. I can't really delve deep into it, but when you think about it, with an open mind, there's some interesting expressions that commentators use as a single to point to end the over. No, still one to come, sorry. See, VJ's just texted me trying to tell me who Adrian Dale is. Don't worry, VJ, I perfectly know who Adrian Dale is. Man who made a great name for himself in the English County League. This is through the keeper. This is the end of the over. 4 off it. No? What have you got the score as? 38? Oh, it was a wide, thank you. That'll
Still waiting for the end of the over.
Yep. I'll get there at some point. And Patel whips us off the pads. Gets 1. This is the end of the over this time. 9 gone, 39 for 1. Adrian Dale, who is the Premier Men's coach here at Cornwall, as I said, made his name over De Morgan, thank you. I was trying to think who it was. One thing you did leave out, VJ, he's a central player these days for the Auckland over 50s team and also for the New Zealand over 50s cricket side. How was it, sorry? Cent. Oh, Lucas. Lucas Descent to bowl his third, none for 9. Captain of the Cornwall side. Backs away, punches this down to long off. Get a single. So the New Zealand over 50s interprovincial tournament was held here a few years ago. So I first met Adrian Dale as Gambier gets us off his pads down to deep square. Likes of Richard Petrie was playing for more black cap and Wellington player. Afisa Tunuu for Auckland as well. Just played to mid-wicket for no run. Random fact about Afisa Tunuu in his cricketing career. Oldest player to ever debut for an international side at the age of 50. He played for Samoa. That was a few years ago now. And just runs with the shot. Patel to cover. Samoa and others are in the country for the Pacific Cup men and women's tournament out at Lloyd Elsmore Park to be played next week. As Gambier gets an outside edge. Third man comes round And cuts it to 1. Overcalled. After 10, halfway through, 43 for 1. Who was it? Sorry? Samrath Singh from the ASB Showgrounds end. Bowling to Patel. And drives this forward of point. And they're only going to be 1. This cover sweeper comes round. Fisa Tunu, who played for Waitagere. Thank you for that information, VJ. Also played a few games at QMU as well. And this is through forward point and another single. .44 for 1. To have that scoreboard wrong, sorry folks. And good delivery, straight through, a bit quicker from Samrath. And it was the first ball a dot or one? First ball. No, I've messed up earlier then. Yeah, I've messed up earlier. It's all good, can't be perfect at everything. Fourth ball from Singh. Oh, Patel's just picked this up off his pads behind square, and it's all the way, 6 runs. Should also say another random fact about former All Black halfback Fisa Tunu. He's played wheelchair rugby. Played in a celebrity game in 2017. Said that in commentary during the interprovincial tournament over 50s. And he looked at me like, how on earth did you know? I knew because I was there that day. Himself, Ian Jones and Niall Williams were all wetting themselves watching the game before they were playing. Actually, Stephen Bates was there. That was another player. That was part of the celebrity game. They weren't too confident, weren't too keen on playing wheelchair rugby after seeing it in person, as all this one's skied. And finally coming in, takes it. And Neil Patel's innings ends. And the second wicket falls. Patel gone 17 off 21 deliveries. And it ends the 11th over as well. It's 51 for 2. Liam Wheeler at fine leg. Mihir Raniga at the non-striker's end. The new batsman is Josh Fisher. Yeah, no, that's what I was about to say. Josh Fisher, the bowl from the One Tree Hill end. I was getting there, innit? I was getting there. He's actually selected to play for New Zealand Croatia before Christmas. On one of those lovely weekends where it decided to rain both Saturday and Sunday. He's a guest player for New Zealand Croatia. His second year at the club at Cornwall, or third year? Second year at Cornwall. Didn't play last year because he injured his knee in the AFL final in Auckland. In the New Zealand AFL final, I should say. You're trying to line up the perfect shot there, are you, sir? Yeah, so am I. I've had a few goes at it. Do you remember Blair Christensen? Certainly do. Is the answer there, VJ? As this is driven forward of point. We'll take a single. Head groundsman at Eden Park once upon a time. Here Raniga's T20 stats, three innings at Prem level, 15 runs, average of 7.5, best of 13 against Parnell before Christmas on a Wednesday. Misses out on this ball. He just plays this back to Fisher for 2 dots in a row. Fourth ball of the over. What's this behind square on the leg side? Finally picks it up. Can't prevent the single though. Raniga off the mark. This one's played just in front of point. They scamper through for a single. I've seen it a few times, I've got it though. Next ball, Raniga on strike on 1 and gets us down to long on. Ends the over. It's 55 for 2 after 12. New over from Samrat Singh. And Niga just tries to angle this. Can't get anything on it. Second ball from Singh. Gets us behind point. Get 2. Might get 4. Good flick from the inside. And they'll run back for 3 on the arm. Big boundaries here at Cornwall Park. 3 more to the total. There's a bouncer. It's wide. It's wide and wild. Actually, it's a no ball. Must have overstepped there, actually. It was going to be one of the two, either a no ball or a wide, because it was definitely above the head. I've been saying this over the last couple of days, though, and I reckon any ball that goes over the head should be a no ball. Because it allows the batsman to be able to have basically a free hit at it. Whereas if he hits it, it's wide, and it's not a wide, sorry. And he could be dismissed. And I disagree with that. That's the case, as the free hit will be 1 bounce, 2 bounces down to long on, 4 runs. Gambier cashing in. On the free hit, this one. Of course, ASB Tennis Classic men's competition is underway, day 3. At Stanley Street here in Tamaki Makaurau CBD. Comes down the wicket, goes the other side of the wicket this time. Might plug though, it does. And Gambier's going to have to hurry. They pick up 2 in the end. I'm not too sure what happened there, but they were basically hugging and kissing each other, the batsmen. Two balls left in Samaras over. Oh, lifted this one. It'll be bouncing away. Gambier's pretty confident. Mahir Renigas was running off for it. And it's the second boundary of the over. 14 off this one so far. 5 balls gone. An interesting situation talking about bounces and all that, and on Monday night umpiring LMS had a spinner bowl one on a good length. They had to warn him for one for the over. This Gambier drives us and be single to mid-on. He'll keep the strike. He's 38 off 41. You got 69, have you? 69 for 2. That's right, I'm a run in front. Fisher, 2 overs, none for 19. Fisher back, is it? Sorry, who is it? Oh, I know what I've stuffed up. As all this is a no ball. There'll be a player coming around, he won't catch it. And it'll be a single, as well as the no ball. Fishes into his second, sorry, not his third. It's no ball, it's a dot ball off the free hit. And this one's shorter from Fisher and just played back to him. A couple of dot balls here after the no ball earlier in the over that went for a single as well. And there's an appeal for stumping. Umpire is unmoved. $71 for 2, halfway through the 14th. Drives, does Reniga down to long off. Does one. Reniga 6 off 10, Gambier 37 off 40 on strike. And penultimate ball. They might push for 2 here, yes they will. Take on the arm, and it's a good dive from Gambier, and he's home. Moves to 39, 4 boundaries in his total of 41 balls. As this is cut for the point. And it's 4 runs. Ends the over 78 for 2 after 14. Fisher 2 overs for 13. Gibson 2 overs for 11. Descent 3 overs for 12 from the Cornwall skipper. Liam Wheeler 1 for 10 off his 3. Pick of the bowlers. Dixit 2 overs for 9 and Simrat Singh 2 overs for 1 for 23. Liam. Wheeler to bowl his 4th. Takapuna 112 for 2 after 12 overs against North Shore. That being played at Devonport, and Takapuna need to win to give themselves a chance of making the semis in that pool. East Coast Bays playing Hibiscus Coast, who have already qualified. 128 for 5 after 16. Waitakere and Kumu. Waitakere at home after 18 overs, 134 for 3. Suburbs New Lynn, who at the moment holds the second spot in their pool, 78 for 4 against Birkenhead at Birkenhead War Memorial. This is a flash outside the stump, first ball of the 15th, there's a dot. Grafton 80 for 3 against Parnell, who have qualified. At Parnell after 14 overs, Grafton. Hawk Pakaranga, 74 for 6 against Auckland University, who are undefeated and have already qualified. And that's after 13.2. And this one's a good one. Raniga trying to just drive and can't. And Papitoetui at home at the recreation ground, 111 for 3 after in the 12th. Raniga can't get bet on that one either. Reminder, you can watch these games back as often as you like. The only way that you can't is if I delete them. I'm needing water! Water! Thanks, Shashi. Highlights and photos will be posted to Bev's Broadcasting official Facebook page. You'll find the link in the description. This is a single off the 4th ball of the over. There's also a link to the full scorecard that you can find in the description as well. Still like that, and this one's a single down to long on. I top yours. Charge for services like this, Annie. One ball left in the 15th. Here in Roskill, Pro Waterblasting having won the toss and electing to bat. And Raniga plays it into his pad. And they'll pick up a single. Ends 15. It's 81 for 2. Decent figures from Liam Wheeler. 4 overs, no maidens, 1 for 13. So Dick's back into the attack, 2 overs for 9. Two players behind square on the offside. And this is played down to deep square. They might push for 2, they will. And it's going to result in a run out. Here Raniga's gone. Looking for the second. Saharawa walks the crease. And it's 82 for 3. 1 ball into the 16th. Jack Cassidy, the thrower from deep square, throwing it back to Dixit, who had no issue taking it off. Taking the bails off to affect the run out. Sal. See, someone's down here with a Flash's video camera. I think they should reposition their camera and give it to me with the tripod too, because the camera angle won't look so wonky. The Gambier on strike, he's 44 off 43. And driven back to Dixit, just for a dot. Next ball from Dixit. Can't beat point. Good diving effort at the bottom of the screen, and they'll get an overthrow as well. 2 more to the total. A runner ball from here would get you 100. Would get Eden Roskill Pro Waterblasting 111. And just played to backward square, no run. Gambia up and over extra cover all the way as well. It is 6 runs. That brings up a 50 as well. Oh, hang on, does it? Sorry, does it? Yeah, it is 50. Yeah. No, it just took ages to click over. 50 coming off 47 deliveries, 5 fours and a 6. And with 1 ball left in the 16th, it's 90 for 3. Plays us behind point, and quick single being taken. Ends the 16th. It is 91 for 3. One of these days, I've kept threatening about this, but one of these days I'll walk up One Tree Hill. So, no, Gibson. Oh, Gibson. Gibson back into the attack. Getting it from the cheap seats again, Annie. I had this on the weekend, and the cheap seats were just over here, but now I'm getting it through the text messages. Might be my partner. It's definitely my partner on Saturday. Someone by the same name messaging me as well. Gibson bowling again from the showgrounds end. Gambia gets it through fine leg. Beats the fielder there, it's 4 runs. Moves to 57. Gambia waiting again. Big swing and a miss. As I said earlier in commentary, definitely loves playing Cornwall. Scored 100 in the first 2-day match this season. The Eden Roskill Pro Waterblasting won by first innings. And the next ball edged past the keeper. White third man's not going to cut that off. It's raced away for 4. It's 99 for 3. Fourth ball from Gibson, and it flies through the keeper. None for 19 so far. Left arm over. Following to the right-handed Gambier. Shorter. And gets and scoops it. Over the keeper's head. Races away. 4 runs. And that's the 100 for Eden Roskill Pro Waterblasting. 103 for 3. 1 ball left in the 17th. Big thanks to Eden Roskill's sponsors, Pro Waterblasting, Reliance Forex, Barfoot and Thompson, Mount Roskill, and Speedy Signs. As Gambier comes down the wicket, I could almost catch this. It's actually gone straight over my head onto the roof, and I'm not sure it's got where it's ended up. No, it's ended up back on the field. It's a huge 6, that one. And it's in 17, 109 for 3. Well, actually, and I was kind of a bit like the kids below here, and so sheep. I thought this is either coming into my wheelhouse, or I'm going to have to move from the windows very quickly. Thankfully, it hit the roof. I have seen plenty go over this clubhouse, and last man stands. Of course. Premier Men's T20, bit different. 3 to go here. Up in the tempo at the moment is Gambier, 71 off 54. It'll be Rawat on strike for the first ball. No, that's right. So dicks it into the attack. From the One Tree Hill end, and they're going to pinch a single. Cassidy trying to catch Rawat unawares. Just trying to figure out what the sizzling noise was there, and I didn't realise it's probably the barbecue down below. I just saw Matt Herring, the club manager here at Cornwall, bringing out earlier as I arrived, and this one's angled down to short third man. Be just a single. Also, big thanks to Cornwall's premier sponsor, Redden Electrical, as well as their club sponsors, Player Sports and McDonald's. 111 for 3. 2 balls left in the 2 balls gone in the 18th. Now 3. And bottom edge from Rawat. And I'll pinch a single. Gambier on strike in his 70s. The score, not his age. Cuts this. Big mix up. And Rawat gets back safe. 13 balls left. Sorry, not 19. Great to have your company wherever you're tuned in. As this is angled down to third man. Gambier takes off this time and just turned back. 18 overs gone, 2 to go. Eden Roskill Pro Waterblasting won the toss and elected to bat first. They're 112 for 3. I can hear you sizzling from up here, mate. What's that noise? Oh, probably you down at the barbecue. Matt's even controlling the barbecue down there.
Is he?
Yeah.
I'm going to run downstairs at the break.
Yeah, I'll probably join it.
Yeah,
I'd be joining 50 others, wouldn't I? Pretty much. I might be tempted. I might be tempted. Josh Fisher turned around and now bowling from the ASB Showgrounds end. 2 overs for 13. If you got any comments or questions, folks, please do pop them in the live stream. I am looking every now and then. I just see my few comments alone, as this one's wide. Cassidy standing up to the stumps. Kids playing football around here. There's dogs running around. There's families under the trees. It's great to see on a Wednesday evening in Tamaki Makaurau. As bottom edge, down too fine leg. They run with the shot. Bev's broadcasting set up 5 years ago after going to Sydney and seeing what the Australians did for the 2018 Wheelchair Rugby World Championships. I thought if I want to commentate more sport, that's the way of going. And this is down to mid-wicket. Be one more to the total. Covered everything basically. Club sport, junior sport, sports like wheelchair rugby, goalball, which is a vision impaired sport. Both those are played at the Paralympics. Cricket, clearly. Rugby union, rugby league, as this is dot ball. Roller derby, lawn bowls, indoor bowls. Not just rugby union, but 2 Super Rugby pre-season games last year that I live streamed and commentated. As this is hit down the ground, down to Cow corner, and a good fielding effort below the balcony here. And I'll pick up 2. Two balls left in the 19th, the penultimate over the innings. Big wind up. And that might cost Cassidy in the fines. Will it? Yes, it will. It's a bye. See you later. Not going anywhere, folks. Just making fun of the term bye, of course. 10-minute break after these 20 overs. Gambier waits for the last ball of the 19th. And over the keeper. Big mix-up. Huge mix-up. It's going to result in the end of Rowett. Ends the 19th. The 4th wicket goes. It's 118 for 4. Apologies, it's Avmara that is the wicket keeper. It's the first ball. It's Jay Patel that's the new batsman. He gets a run behind square. Gambier just plays this back to the bowler. Descent, bowling his fourth over, none for 12. Third ball comes down the wicket. Bit of a top edge. I'll run with the shot though, and I'll get the single.
Was it off in between?
120 for 4, and it bowled him. Jay Patel coming down the wicket. It's cleaned him up, and the fifth wicket falls with 2 balls left in the innings. It's 120 for 5. Talking about run outs and stats, in it that I've done, a player that you're likely to have scored for, Freddie Walker. Yep, Freddie Walker from the Northern Brave. My stats down in Hamilton T20s, or I think it's T20s, is the player that's been run out the most. Arya Sadala to the crease for his Eden Roskill Premier debut. Been playing in the under-17s competition. In it, he's the young man that took that amazing catch that you saw. 2 balls left. And gets on the sweep, but he's appeal for LBW. Only really from Lucas. Cornwall skipper. And 1 legitimate ball left in the innings after Eden Roskill Pro Waterblasting won the toss. And he'll pick up his first run in Premier Cricket. Might even get 2. No, Gambier's backed up too far. And that's 20 overs complete. Eden Roskill Pro Waterblasting having won the toss and elected to bat. They make 1-2-1. Back in about 10 minutes, Cornwall chasing 1-2-2 for the victory. Alright, welcome back to Cornwall Park. Cornwall's chase of 1-2-2 for the victory. George Worker, unwanted by the Auckland Aces at the moment, as just through the hands of Jay Patel at point. And I'll pick up 2. Flew. And Hajot Jahol, the Eden Roskill Pro Waterblasting skipper, could have had a wicket there. Reports from the sausages, they taste nice. There's actually plenty there. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. Hajot Jahol, a contracted player to the Auckland Aces, as well as George Worker. He just plays this behind point. And it's 4 runs. Can't be cut off down there at third man. In the first boundary of the innings. 6 without loss after 2 balls. .34 years old. Left-hand batsman, as we can see. He's played for a number of teams. Blackcaps, Scotland, Auckland, Canterbury, Central Districts where he's come from. And this is into the pads. Patel can't secure it. And it'll be 1 leg by. Also played New Zealand A and New Zealand under-19s. He's played two T20 internationals, 90 runs, 150 in that 90 runs. Across all T20s at first class level. 140 innings, 3,400 runs, average of just under 26. Average a strike rate of 123.6. Sid Dixit to face his first ball. And he just angles this through point. And it'll be a boundary. Dixit off the mark. 8 innings. 200 runs, average of 28, well, just under 29, sorry. Good strike rate of 145. Highest score of 56, which was against Papatoetoe on the weekend. I was like, hang on a minute, there's something there I should be looking at, because there's a note to self. And went January 6th, that was Saturday. In a rain-affected match. Been out caught 7 times is the only method of dismissal. Top ball off the penultimate. I had 1 ball to come as well. Oh well. Umpire says it's over. First over gone. No, we are just being told there is 1 ball to go. 1! There is 1 ball to come. That's the reason why umpires work in pairs, just like scorers. Technically, there's 3 scorers today. It's not unusual, but I'm scoring as well. To hold to work up, to Dixit, sorry, and he's bowled a no ball. So free hit coming up. Joe Hole has 22 Premier wickets to his name, RPO of 7.3, average of 34.6, strike rate of 28.5, and he's just better than that. No, he hasn't. It's the end of the over. He's been bowled, but it was a free hit. And it's 12 without loss after one over. Target of 122. Worker will be on strike, the left-hander, the taller of the two. Daman Bhati to bowl from the One Tree Hill end. Coming from Papatoetoe this season. Loves bowling under pressure, he told me after games on Saturday. Loves bowling at the death. He bowled the final over of the tied match against Hawak Pakaranga. And it's a good ball through, first ball to Dot. To hold the skipper standing at backward square. Kanav Gambia at fine leg. Short third man, Damien Vandenberg at cover. Reniga at extra cover. Mid off, mid on, mid wicket. And deep backward and deep square in place, and Worker just places back to mid off. Only one of the two allowed players outside the circle currently is a deep point in play underneath the trees that I haven't seen. Barty, effort ball, goes up and over, does Worker. He'll pick up one, and he'll just settle for one. Of course, Super Smash getting underway. Still taking place. Central District's Stags, 187 for 5 off their 20 for Otago Volts to chase. There was a tie in the Northern Brave and Canterbury Magicians last night. And of course, unfortunately, the Northern Brave men going down to the Central Canterbury Kings. Just talking to the club manager, Matt Herring, about Freddie Walker's innings last night. Commentators calling him a tail ender. He certainly showed he can swing a bat. Seen it myself. Sparty's next ball fires this through. Umpire has a look at it. Doesn't say it's wide. 2 to come in the over. North Shore 16 without loss in the second over, chasing 179 for the win at Devonport Domain. Tekapuna needing to win this game as that is over extra cover. It'll be one bounce, 4 runs. Dixit cashing in. Tekapuna need to win to have a chance to make the semi-finals. Thank you very much, Karan Ratra, for telling me that the video is frozen. Always nice to have a phone a friend situation like that. Last ball of the second. Takes a step and a half down the wicket, and Reniga picks it up at extra cover. 2 overs gone. 17 without loss. Hibiscus Coast, they've already qualified for the semi-finals. 25 for 1, chasing 172 to defeat East Coast Base. QMU 28 for 1, chasing 148 at Waitakere. There's Hajot Jahal bowling to Worker. Gets an outside edge. It's well played. Down to third man, Arya Sadala. Does the fielding at third man. Said Mujtaba the 12th man for this one. Birkenhead, 2 without loss, chasing 171 at home against Suburbs Newland. Suburbs Newland currently second in their pool. Howard Pakaranga all out for 91 against University, who are undefeated. They've already qualified along with Parnell. University 13 without loss, chasing 92. And it's a no ball called. And taking the cover, Damien Vandenberg sprawls. It's a free hit coming. So you're talking about umpires here, Annie. Someone I met at this very ground was the famous Doug Cowie. And yesterday he came up to me and put his hand on my shoulder, and I was like, Doug remembers me from that one meeting. My first impression of him wasn't great because I was on a knee scooter on number 2. He was at the club rooms. By the time I caught up with him, he was past the sight screen. It was a long way to go to talk to the guy. He's a very nice guy, the former international umpire. Is bottom edge, and Sadala does the fielding. Umpired at the 1999 Cricket World Cup in England and Wales. Runs the Auckland Cricket Umpires Association these days. Does a great job of managing that lot. Here's Worker. Plays it to short mid wicket. Kanav Gambhir does the fielding. 8 off 8 deliveries. Sticks it at the other end. 9 off 9. Jahal halfway through his second, none for 14. And this is played for the point. It'll race away for 4. Just jams down on it. Does work up.
I can't believe somebody's just called on
that. 2 balls to come in Jahal's second over. Third over of the innings. Chasing 1-2-2 after Eden Roskill. Pro Waterblasting. Oh, that's a repeat. It's 4 runs. It's a no ball as well. It's got some support down here at Cornwall Park. He hadn't overstepped for a while. He was sitting third most no balls bowled since 13-14 season. Free hit coming. It's a full toss. But behind square, Vandenberg giving chase. And will be 4 runs. First time Cornwall have cashed in off the free hit. That's one to come in the third. Just gone 7:15 p.m. local time, as Wicket can't get this past Gambier at mid-wicket. 3 overs gone. Cornwall doing well at the chase at the moment. They're 33 without loss. Buddy to bowl his second over. And just plays at the crease. Second ball whipped round. There is a player back there. He's going to fall short of him. And some good fielding, but they'll pick up 2. As this one skied. And there's a collision. And just, it is being taken. Is it? Yes, it is. Ajahn Chahal and is it Jay? Yeah. Oh shit. She's Safi down there colliding. And the first wicket's gone. Work at 20 of 13 deliveries. Sorry, is that Sid? Sorry, Sid Dixit, that's team being dismissed. 11 off 12. Just waiting to see who the new batsman is at the crease. Aditya Edeka at the crease. Actually, that would make it right because he usually opens with number 3, depending on circumstances. Shows how much stats I do, Annette, to know that sort of thing. Does come in handy. 20 matches, 20 innings, 2 not outs. 498 runs at an average of 27.7, striking at 109, 250, 250s. High score of 64 against Hawak Pakaranga earlier this year. That's in Premier T20s. Been bowled 3 times, caught 10, caught bowled 1. Run out once and twice LBW for his dismissals. Vandenberg picks the ball up at mid-wicket. No run. Chahal at backward point. Ratcher at cover. Hiraniga at extra cover, mid-off, mid-on in place as this splits the 2 of them, and they'll pick up 2. Bit of a relay that's gone wrong down there, unfortunately, but won't cost them more than 2. And next ball just jams down on it, plays it down to mid-on. Ends 4 overs, it's 37 for 1. Saharawat starts with a wide down leg. Starting from the ASB Showgrounds end. And this one just worked from worker. Well, they say never a good pun is unintentional, but kind of that one was to cover, to get a single. It's right the first time, first legal ball of the over. Saharawat, 8 wickets at an average of 15.1, strike rate of 11.5, so a wicket every 2 overs. Earlier this season picked up his best bowling figures in his only 5 wicket bag, 5 for 20 against Papatoetoe at Papatoetoe on a Sunday afternoon. Sunday afternoon it was. And this one's pushed. And Jahal can't hit. Reniga racks up. And they get the single anyway. Brings Worker back on strike. No one out on the boundary on the leg side, and that's where Worker goes. Up and over Vandenberg's head. It's all the way, 6 runs. Bit of a pause in proceedings due to the Vandenberg having to go and get that for a bit. I'm glad someone's gone parked in front of my car. I was a little bit worried when I parked my car, and after a while it was still at the front row. Doesn't mean to say it won't be hit, but less chance of it. Next ball, full toss, and Worker just gets this to mid-on. Shadows starting to appear across the pitch. Well, it's a big one. It's Chimney from the Middlemore Hospital behind us. As this is up and over Jahal, he's going to have to chase this one from mid-on. Does well to push it back in field. And just the 2. Etiquette, 3 off 4. George Worker, 29 off 16. Waiting, wearing an Auckland Aces helmet. And played through point. It's 4 runs. Brings up the 50 for Cornwall. 52 for 1 after 5 overs. Big thanks to Eden Roskill's sponsors, Pro Waterblasting, who's the main sponsor this season, Reliance Forex, Barfoot and Thompson, Mount Roskill, and Speedy Signs. Cornwall's premier sponsor, Red and Electrical, as well as their two main club sponsors, Player Sports and McDonald's. Clubs and organisations these days just can't run on fresh air, unfortunately. They live in a monetised world, so any little bit of help that can happen is muchly appreciated. Most of my work done for low cost and for the love of it. Here's Joe Patel from the One Tree Hill end. Cheers, Safi. As there's an edge, and he's gone. Shafi has a wicket, and it's 52 for 2. One ball into the sixth. Jack Cassidy to the crease for Cornwall. Right-hand batsman, played a number of games, quite an experienced campaigner, Cassidy, and he starts with a single, cover sweeper in place. 18 innings, just over 300 runs at an average of 20.4, strike rate of 102, 250s, 63 not out, his highest score. Bowled 3 times, caught 9, stumped twice in an LBW. 1 duck as well. Safi and down to long on. And they'll settle for a single. Left and right hand combination at the crease. It was Etika, that was dismissed. As Safi gets it back at him, and Patel does well diving. North Shore 80 for 1 against Takapuna at Devonport Domain, chasing 179. Hibiscus Coast 57 for 3, chasing 172. As this is down to short third man, and Sahil Rawat's there. Hibiscus Coast have already qualified along with Auckland University and Parnell. Waitakere 147 for 5 in their 20. Kumu 72 for 2. It's a swing outside off. Doesn't get it. And after 6, it's 54 for 2. Birkenhead chasing 171. to try and help out Takapuna. They're 28 for 3 in the 5th. Parnell 58 for 2, chasing 126 to defeat Grafton at Shore Road in Parnell. And Auckland University 40 for 2, chasing 92 to defeat Hawak Pakuranga at Lloyd Elsmore. And Papatoetoe with the score of the round, 220 for 6 against Ellerslie. 24 without loss and reply in the 3rd. I'll have a look and see who scored the runs there. I know the coach, Anu Ujaraja. Same way I know Matt Herring, the club manager here, through Hamilton Cricket. As this is single down to Cow Corner as Damien Vandenberg pulls it in. Funny enough, Annie, Anu Ujaraja 79 of 34. Top scorer for Papatoetoe, and they're 220, Lucas, against Ellerslie. Papa. Yeah. Arnie with 79. Better than 2 a ball. I mean, he can hit. I know he's getting on in age, although I didn't say that. He'll shoot me for saying that. Used to play for Hamilton Star University down in Kirikiri before coming up State IE1. And this one from Cassidy just pulled round to Reniga. Single taken. Prabjot Rahul 40. And Mente Singh 27, the other top scorers, as well as Nagesh Sharma 23 for Papatoetoe in that innings. This one just to cover Prabjot Rahul, the T20 skipper. Tell you what, didn't start off like a 220. It was Royal Golden Duck, Rillapraj, Jit Gill going first ball of the match. It was good till after that, I'd say, for Ellerslie's bowlers. And this one played down, and Shesafi takes it at mid-off. Worker on 35 off 21. Cassidy 2 off 5 at the other end. Tall figure of Jack Cassidy, the 34-year-old. Former Black Cap, 2014-15 season that he played a few games. And it's into the pads and they'll scamper through for a leg bye. Not too bad with the ball in hand either. He actually has a T20 international wicket in his 2 matches. According to Cric Info. Which, to be honest, is almost the Bible of first class stats for players. And this one's driven. And just plays it to extra cover. Ends the 7th. 57 for 2. And Worker just plays this off his pads. I might push for 2 here. Worker says no, just the 1. I need to take the risks. 65 required from 77 deliveries. Raniga goes back to the mid-wicket boundaries. Chiasafi bounds in again from the One Tree Hill end, and Ratra collects the ball. Good evening to Karan, Dev's father. He's done a couple of stints in commentary with me. 3 players behind square on the offside. Point. There's 2 backward points and a third man. Short third man as a scoop comes out. And Cassidy just can't get away with it. Bit of a grimace on his face as well. Safi into his second over, 1 for 3. And on the drive, Cassidy, but misses. A lot of talk going on. Don't forget, under 17 boys, summer series for 2023-24 continues at Keith Hay Park tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eden Roskill United's got some good fielding at cover from the skipper, Harjot Jahal. Eden Roskill United taking on Hibiscus Coast. Put that link up later on tonight after this game is completed. Don't have too far to go to where I'm staying, just over the hill. Campbell Road, if you know the area. Cassidy waits and drives, and I'm pretty sure it carried, and I think Jahal's dropped it. Very hard chance diving in front of him like that, and it's the end of the 8th, 58 for 2. Worker just pushes this down to long on. Tried to time it well to take 2, but wasn't on offer, just a single. Sahal roll it into his third. And Jags down on this, just Cassidy, but can't get it past backward point. Can't have Gambir there. There's none for 18, does Rawat. And Cassidy down to Raniga. And it's a single. I did tell Nitin at Eden Roskill I can't make the last Saturday of the season. I'm in Wellington for the as New Zealand Wheelchair Rugby hosts the Paralympic qualifying tournament for wheelchair rugby. His workers on strike, gets it off the pads. Short fine leg's going to have to chase here. Won't make the boundary, but they'll pick up 2. And they'll come back for 3. Good running from Cassidy, running to the danger end. I'm aiming to commentate there if Sky Sky Sport has the final say on that. And if not, I'll be the World Wheelchair Rugby Media liaison for it. Taking photos and posting scores and reviews and previews of the tournament. So it's a single down to long on. Weekend before Easter. Yeah, which is the weekend before Easter. Worker on strike. Clips this off his pads. And we'll move to 42. Actually, we'll go to 43 as they take to come back for a third. He'll maintain the strike. It's 67 for 2. Rowett finishes his third over, none for 26. Just wondering about Dev Ratcho, who's the wrist spinner for Eden Roskill Pro Waterblasting. Just see him at square leg here, just winding his arms round. Now going back to deep square. Here Reniga at Cal Corner on the boundary, long on and long off in place as well. Safi continues down the ground, goes worker, and taken! Good catch on the boundary! He was very close to the rope, but he's managed to pull it in time, and worker goes for a well-deserved 43. Deserved the 50. Couldn't get to 49. Looked as though he was going to get it. But it's a great catch. Well celebrated as well. And 67 for 3. One ball into the 10th. Who's that? Oh, Mara at the crease. Keeper for Cornwall this evening. New to his Premier T20 career, according to Play in Cric HQ. Not bad stats though. 4 innings, 119 runs, average of just under 130 and a strike rate of 108. His 150 coming against Parnell earlier this season. His 4 innings has been dismissed court. Yes, Sadala was the man that took the catch down there. His second great catch of the day. He's been playing in the under-17s. He took an absolute rip snorter today in the under-17s against who did we first play this morning? Suburbs New Lynn, Sean Solier. No, well, Sean Solier wasn't the batsman, clearly. It's just the name of the team. And this is played back to Safi. As this is behind point and races away for 4. Yeah, that was a head scratcher when I saw that. Sorry folks, just talking to Annie about something I'd discussed with her between balls there. About Finn Allen. And this is played back past Safi. And it's a single. Just being told that a few of the Eden Roskill Pro Waterblasting boys was bowling in the nets to the Pakistan team who were here. Ready to play the Black Caps in a T20 on Friday at Eden Park and Sunday at Seddon Park. Dev Ratra and Sahil Rawat. Yeah, no, just that. As there's a single to cover, I'll come back for two. And it just informing me she'll be there in the scorer's box for that game at Eden Park. Actually, you said you've got Eden Park, Cornwall, and then Eden Park again on Sunday with the Super Smash. Aces taking on Canterbury? Or Auckland, sorry, taking on Canterbury. I'll have a look. One ball left in the 10th. Quicker one from Rawat. Got this behind square. And I'll come back for two. Ends the 10th. 76 for 3. Yeah, so the Aces and Hearts having a few days off in between games. Play at home at the Kennards Community High Oval on Sunday. I'll correct myself, and it's just pulled me up for saying as Dev Ratra's into the attack from the showgrounds end and starts outside off the wrist spinner. And it just saying their game on Sunday against Otago, the Aces and Hearts, aren't on Kennards Community High Oval. They are at Eden Park though, but they're on the number 1. There's the second ball. And it beats Ratra. It's a single down to long off. Reverse sweep, and Patel quick with the gloves, but not quick enough for a stumping. Tuesday they play Central. Both Auckland men's and women's Super Smash. That game also on Eden Park, number 1. And it tells me. Here's the third ball of the over. Shorter. Just plays out to extra covers on the boundary. Damien Vandenberg in action. Another single to the total. And this one to point. Quick fielding there, but not quick enough. And they get the single. .43 required from 55 now. Gets the broom out. It is big 6. Ends the over. 11 gone. It's 85 for 3. Chasing 1-2-2 for the victory. Cassidy 15 off 19. Mara 7 off 6. Safi to continue from the One Tree Hill end, and it'll be bowling to Mara Ave. As Ave gets off the mark for the over, moves to 9. Former, contracted Central Districts player. So I just fixed my typing boo-boo. And full toss. Whipped off the pads. Vandenberg get down there at deep mid wicket. Comes around to forward square leg on the boundary and they'll pick up 2 runs. Hawk Pakaranga in the Jeff Crow Cup, thank you. I was like, I know it's the top one and I know it's not Richard Jones. Crow family, big part of Cornwall Cricket Club. Martin playing here as well as Mark Greatbatch and others. So single down to cover sweeper. One person I've had the honours of commentating here when Mark Greatbatch actually played in the game a couple of seasons ago out on number 3 was Dion Nash, former Hawak Pakaranga player. Was commentating and I messaged him and said if there's any chance you could come and commentate with me it would be great, and he obliged. It's just a single. This is Mark Greatbatch was off to do his warm-ups. He pulled his bag up and all you could hear was clonk clonk. He was positive he was going to do his warm-ups too. 90 for 3, 2 balls left in the 12th. And straight through. Is it? Yes, it is bowled. Off stump, peg back. And the 4th wicket for Cornwall falls. 90 for 4, 1 ball left in the 12th. Not 90 for 4. Hang on. Saxon Goff to the crease to face the last ball of the 12th, and this is what behind square on the leg side, backward square chasing, and it's just going to trickle over 4 runs. And after 12, chasing 1-2-2 for the win, it's 94 for 4. Right from the from that end, the ASB Showgrounds end, dot ball. Of course, across the road at the ASB show at the race course is also the headquarters of our rugby side. And stumping chance is it. Neil Patel pretty confident, and the umpire nods. Stop ball. This one, big on one knee, over car corner, watch out the cars. That's where my car was at one point today, it's not now. 6 runs. And the 100 comes up for Cornwall. 3 balls into the 13th. 22 now required from a few balls. 45. 22 from 45 required. If even Roskill Pro Waterblasting can pick up quick wickets here, could make the game interesting. Although, this could be over the head. And it is 6 more. No, it's been overturned and it's 4. Racha has a 5-wicket bag to his name this season. Short. And it's been ripped round square this time. 6 more. Big shot. And Ave now 25 off 13. 2 4s and 2 6s. Put the jandle on and whoops.
Giving it a bit of jandle.
I was re-quoting that quote from Scott McLaughlin. One of his, was it Scott? It was Scott, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
Positive it was Scott.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, Scott McLaughlin after one of his first. I actually think it was after his first one in Australian supercars.
Give it a
Bit of jandle, and he said something else, and then realised what he'd said in a live interview. It was almost as good as the All Black fullback that said, "I'm absolutely buggered after scoring the try to beat the Springboks," as he swept and down. He's out. Hold out this time, and Safi is taking the catch, and the 5th wicket falls. Entertainment for you, Mara Ave. 25 off 14 deliveries. Caught Safi, bowled Ratra, and Devracha has the last laugh. 1 ball left in his second over. He's 1 for 25. Lucas.
Jones, I think you're fine.
Yes, Peter Jones, thank you.
Yep.
Lucas Descent walks to the crease. I mean, that interview is great.
Yeah.
Also alongside the great Sir Imran Hillary, who knocked the bugger off.
Blasted off, yeah.
I wasn't going to say that word, but once climbing, becoming the first successful climber, because he's always dealt with an Englishman, beat him to the top, but just never made it home.
Yep.
In 1953 with Tenzing Norgay. Here's a question for you. What other significant...
Coronation of the Queen. Fuck, come on.
Oh, come on. Can you at least let me finish my question? Not many people know that.
Really?
That the same day he ascended was the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II.
Famous clip from the English Parliament.
I ask that people that question, they've got no clue.
Kids these days. What are they like?
Aren't we still kids?
Of course we are.
Of course we are. Young at heart, as they say. Lucas Descent, the skipper, facing the last ball of the 13th. No, he's not. It's over. 110 for 5 after 13. Sorry, I've been too busy talking to a gentleman up here. I think I've seen you on a number of occasions actually. I've either been commentating, photography, or just watching. This one's whipped through point, and Mahira Iniga does the fielding at deep point, takes a single. 11 required. So Nelson, have you got your feet off the ground?
No, I don't care. There's nothing on the game. It doesn't matter.
Oh, I've got to always play for spoils though.
Sure.
Especially when Eden Roskill beat Cornwall in their other outing this year, won by first innings
Oh, really?
in the first round of 2 days. Barty bowling from the One Tree Hill end. Here's a question for you. Why is it called Nelson? 111.
Oh, it's because of his one eye, I think. But yeah.
You're close. And this just played back to Barty. So it was rumoured, it has been proven it wasn't the case, that Lord Horatio Nelson had one arm, one leg and one eye.
Ah, is that what it was?
But I think it was the one leg he he had two.
He had two. He had one
Yeah.
arm. and
One arm,
eye.
one leg and one eye is why it's called a Nelson, but
Yeah.
it wasn't actually the case.
Ah,
And another little bit of useless piece of information for everybody. Where does the term hat trick come from? Is a single down to deep mid wicket?
something, he's got 3 wickets in a row. You won a hat or something like that, wasn't it?
Close. So
Yeah.
it's actually come from cricket.
Yeah.
So when a player would take 3 wickets and 3 balls, they'd pass a cap round the crowd in the olden days, and all the money collected in the cap would go to the player.
Ah, did not know that.
Yeah, well, it's quite. I actually did not think it would be a cricket term. I thought football at least.
I wouldn't have thought football. I would have guessed baseball, but yeah. I don't know. No, you're right. I didn't thought that hard about it, but that makes sense.
Barty's 4th ball of his 3rd over. And cuts down on all. It's bounced just in front of Patel. Patel is the wicket keeper. They get through for a single. 9 required. Don't forget there's be highlights and photos posted to Beth's Broadcasting official Facebook page in due course. Got quite a bit of cricket to get through. In the meantime, the under-17 boys complete tomorrow, possibly a day off Friday. Eden Roskill reserves on Saturday. Kumeu taking on the Cook Islands at Kumeu at Huapai Domain. As this goes down the ground, it's a no ball. And it's 4 as well. 5 more to the total, 118 for 5. Would you agree with me that at least cricket, along with baseball, are the 2 most superstitious sports in the world? When you just think of, having your feet up when the score's at 1-1-1, players that wear the same socks day in, day out, or game in, game out.
I don't know if that's a cricket thing. I think you look at rugby players, they're exactly the same.
I suppose in wearing the same thing.
Yeah.
There's a single to cover.
I think cricket attracts its fair share of weirdos and eccentrics, and I love that about the game.
But that's what makes it, isn't it?
That is the flavour. That is the special.
Players, umpires, scorers, commentators. My partner said to me last night, when you actually think about cricket commentary, there are some really wrong sayings being said in commentating. It describes the situation. I'm not going to say it on air, and please don't add to it. But would you just think some of the weird things that commentators say in cricket? Ends 14, 3-1. It's 119 for 5. one time. Racho bowls his third, and this played down to Reniga for a dot. Just talking off here with the bloke up here. Mystery Morrison, we're just talking about how stupid cricket can be. Mystery Morrison got out for a duck playing for Wellington in a first class game. Someone else got injured, came out as runner for him. The guy scored 180. And to be fair, Mystery's probably run about 130 of those runs, and he still ended up with 0. This one's down the ground to long off. And that's just how silly cricket can be, you know?
Yeah.
120 for 5. Former Wellington councillor as well, John Morrison,
Yep.
former commentator. I think I've had a runner, I've ran for someone as well. Back when you could have that. Is that whip round? Could be the game, is it? No, it's not. Oh, yes, it is, sorry. Cornwall have won this by 5 wickets. With 5.5, 33 balls to spare. 5.5 overs. Congratulations to them. At the end of the day, though, unfortunately, for either side, it means nothing, as both sides were out of the contention for the playoffs. They won by 5 wickets. And it's one apiece between these two teams as they don't play the same one-day competition. Good luck to them for the rest of the season. Big thanks for them hosting me as well. Thanks to the scorers, the umpires, and the groundsman for putting this game on. Until then, until next time, tomorrow under 17s in Roskill United taking on Hibiscus Coast live on Bev's Broadcasting.